Well, this is going to be a fun week to talk about Geforce Now news video, as we have a lot to go over, as there's quite a few updates to talk about. We have yet another 2 games for free through Epic with Geforce Now that you guys can claim. You guys know that I'm going to talk about that in this video. We also have 10 games that are launching this week, as well as we have a minor update on Chromebooks with GFN, and last but not least, NVIDIA Ansel has now launched alongside Geforce Now. So all that in this video, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel, as I do this video every single Thursday right as the updates launch, and as well as hit that like button so we can find more Geforce Now users who would love to see these updates. But let's go ahead and start this video with my favorite thing to cover, and it's the thing that really highlights the service for me every single week, and that is that Epic is giving away 2 free games this week in Railway Empire and Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Now, my source is telling me that both of these titles will be available to play through Geforce Now at some point on the 10th today. Now, Railway Empire is a game that takes place in the 1830s, and it's a game about managing your railroad empire, a strategy management simulation game of sorts. It does boast over 4K positive user reviews. Now, for the Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, it's a narrative adventure game about traveling, sharing stories, and surviving manifest destiny. Visually, this is a very well hand-drawn game, and it's a title that certainly brings a unique game to your free library. If you're interested in playing both of these games completely free of hardware, I'm going to have a link so you can claim both of these 2 titles on Epic, and another link to play them on Geforce Now, which you can even do with the free tier. So like always, I highly encourage you guys just to claim them, as you have absolutely nothing to lose, and you can play both of these titles with Geforce Now, either with the Founders Edition or the free tier edition. Alright, next up we have a small update for the Chromebooks, as you can now sync your Steam library through ChromebookOS, hopefully making it that much easier for you to find your games here. I will have some coverage of Geforce Now running on Chromebooks in the coming days and weeks ahead, so stay tuned for that, and glad to see that this update got rolled over to the Chromebooks. Alright, so a few weeks ago I reported that Geforce Now is adding Ansel. It's a powerful in-game camera that lets gamers capture professional great screenshots, and it looks as though now this has finally launched. Now, if you're not aware of what Ansel is, it's a neat feature that brings a different flavor to your gaming and experience for those who could be interested in possibly maybe color grading their gameplay and showing off their content in that way. Now, when you look at any professional shot these days, these pictures are almost always typically color graded, and you're not really getting that raw footage. Well, now you can do that exact same thing with your game photos and give your in-game content that professional grade look. Now, this can be done when you open your Geforce Now in-game overlay, and you should be able to capture with super resolution 360-degree HDR and stereo photographs, and then add your post-processing filters to your liking. This is a cool and neat feature, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys showcase in the coming weeks and days and months ahead, especially with such cool games coming out in the weeks and months ahead, for example like Cyberpunk 2077 on Geforce Now. This is going to be really fun to see what you guys come up with. Alright, so let's finally go ahead and cover the rest of the games launching this week on Geforce Now, and one game that's returning to the service. Let's talk about this indie game first that I've watched out for since the start of the year in Star Renegades. It's a roguelike strategy RPG with some of the best pixel graphics of the year, and one that I've wanted to play since I saw it all the way back in January. So far, the reviews coming in are really positive, and it's a game that I'm glad is on Geforce Now. Other titles on this list that are brand new is Dungeon of the Endless. It's a roguelike dungeon defense game published by Sega. The game's a few years old now, but it's still a solid title. We have Endless Legend Emperor Edition, another Sega published game. This is a 4X turn-based fantasy strategy game, another solid and well-revered title. We have Pro Cycling Manager 2019. We have Skullgirls, a visually stunning fighting game that is is now almost 7 years old, and my goodness, time flies. We have U-Boat on Steam. Now, this is an interesting title here. This came out back in April of 2019. It's still an early access game, but it's sitting at 7,000 positive user reviews, and it's a game about controlling a submarine in the World War II era with survival sandbox elements mixed with crew management. It's a very, very, very unique game and one worth checking out. And last title that's new to GeForce Now is Assassin's Creed Chronicles China from Uplay. We also have Endless Space 2 making its return, another Sega published game, which was the theme of the week as we got a lot of Sega published games. Glad to see that this title made its return. So if you were bummed out to lose this game in the past, glad that it's here now for you guys to play again. With all that said, this has been a solid week for GeForce Now, and honestly, there's a lot to look forward to in regards to GFN and its service. I'm excited because in the coming months, we're going to be seeing Cyberpunk 2077 with RTX and possible GeForce Now upgrades down the line. GeForce just recently did lose some games, and I covered that in a previous video where I'll have a link down below just in case you missed it. But this was a good bounce back week with the 10 games, Ansel, and the feature is continuing to launch here. So like always, make sure you claim your games free and you play them on GeForce Now. I'll have links below for everything that I talked about in this video, as well as hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're brand new and you're looking for this weekly update. Like always, guys, I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the cloud.